What's up, everybody? Well, I got another gameplay video for you guys today, and no, it's not scum. I'm just updating that in the background before I start this video. We're gonna do some Spider-Man Remastered, and we're gonna do it on my main computer now at 4K, and we're gonna go through all the same settings we did on all the rest of this stuff, like the Steam Deck, the Asus, and my secondary computer, just to see how it does. And after seeing what my secondary computer did, I'm not so sure I'm gonna be able to hit 60 on here, even with DLSS. We'll find out. So, no more talking about it. Why don't we hop in and see how it does? Alright guys, let's do some 4K now on my main computer, 5950x, 3090 Founders. So we're going to do 4K of course, no VSync, we'll do upscaling later. We won't be doing any dynamic resolution scaling at all, and we're just going to stick with the stock TAA anti-aliasing, so just turning some anti-aliasing down could probably get you some extra FPS as well in this game. But now let's go have a look at the graphics. So we're going to start off on very low and just work our way up, just like we did on basically everything besides the Steam Deck. So everything here is very low or off. We're not doing ray tracing yet, we'll do that with upscaling at the end of the video. Same thing with field of view, I'll max that out when I max the game out. For now, I'm just going to mess with the presets. So, let's hop into the game and see how it plays. Well, alright. Let's get ourselves a little 4K gameplay in. I'm definitely going to have to up the volume of the in-game stuff. I can barely hear it. There's got to be some setting for that. I'm just missing in OBS. Still got a lot to learn with that program. Well, maybe not a lot to learn, but I still have a couple things I got to learn. But so far, it seems to be superior to the Windows software. Yeah, it does eat up a couple more FPS, but it makes the quality a lot better, and at least so far, it's never not worked. Unless it was my fault. So far, it's never not worked due to the fault of the program just being like, nah, I don't want to work. Error code, blah, blah, blah. That's what kept happening with Windows. So I got tired of dealing with that and being like, okay, well, we'll just do all camera, because that's not cool. That's not professional. That makes it look like low effort. And now that I have OBS, there's no excuse. It works, so now I can just use that instead.
This is where you get off.
Honestly, probably want to go back and redo Doom Eternal at this point. I got it all done. I guess I'll ask the guy who wants to see it if he wants to just see it now or wait until I redo it all. Or maybe both. I can just do it now and then just later on, you know, upload the video of it later. Okay, we got that guy stopped. That distracted me a little bit. Kind of lost my train of thought there, but whatever.
More crooks? This fight's going viral.
It is. Oh, we got two of the big guys. Can I beat this guy up with a gun beforehand? No. The big guy came and punched me. Uh-huh. Alright, are both of them out? I think I knocked both of them out. Wow, that's a line of people just like lined up. That's awesome. Goodbye. And fuck you too, buddy. You can get owned. Just like that. And with that, why don't we go ahead and move on. Well, alright guys, let's get some very low gameplay in here. Just with the camera recorded. Man, that's crazy. Seeing 34% usage on a 16-core, 32-thread CPU. Man, this game can use up those cores. And I don't even have ray tracing on yet. True. There's one. Let's get it. And it's police. Come on. There we go. Oh, is this not it? Yeah, it is. Cool. Oh, it's close. There we go. We got it. We got it. Oh, cool, and there's a backpack right up there, right for me. More backpack. Hell yeah. We're getting the network down, little by little. Alright, well. Let's go grab this backpack real quick. Huh, prom flower, huh? Well, alright. Why don't we go ahead and move on? Okay, on to low preset. So let's quickly look through these, because the quicker we do that, the quicker we get back to that game. All right, back to the top we are. So let's get back into the game. Well, now let's do low. Get a little low in here, and then after that, we can move on. Because this is 4K, and honestly, low and, or very low and low don't look that great. Hey, there's something. What do we got in this backpack? Huh, a selfie. Well, alright. We still need more gameplay, so let's continue on our journey here.
Daily life. 1034, there is an assault in progress. Location is north of Houston. Over.
Man, it's nice to be able to take a drink and whatnot. And just like get away from the microphone a little bit.
I hit back.
When I had a headset mic, that's the shit got every little thing I did on. And it would sometimes get fans and whatnot too. So the only fan I turned off was the Vornado that I have on my AC duct. I figured that might be a bit much, but I still have the ceiling fan on, my computer's whirling away.
I realize
And
the
the air
irony
purifier.
in me saying this.
So now,
I
let's
hope you've
move
learned
on.
not-
Well, all right. Let's just get some low camera recorded gameplay now.
All units receiving reports of a robbery. Suspects are armed. Incident is ongoing near Union Square. Wait, copy.
We reserve the right to refuse service and knock out any criminals. Says so right on the top.
Ooh. Oh, fucking A. I should have finished that guy off. And there we go.
This brought all the small timers out of the woodwork. Did I hurt you guys? Good news. The police are coming to protect you.
Hell yeah. Alright though, why don't we go ahead and move on? Well, on to medium we shall move, so let's quickly look at all the medium settings. Because the quicker we get done with those, the quicker we can get into the game, that is for sure. And man, I got my TV paused, and there's a lot of really cool pictures people take on the Google featured photos thing. Speaking of that, as soon as I'm done with this particular recording, I should probably unpause that before I lose my place and it does goofy shit. Speaking of which, now it's time to go in and get into the game anyway, so let's do just that. Alright, medium gameplay it is. So let's swing around the city and see what kind of stuff we can find. Maybe we'll find some people to fight, maybe find some backpacks, who knows?
But now the game is finally starting to look pretty nice. Excited to see what it looks like maxed out with ray tracing, though. Because that'll probably be the way I play it, as long as this computer can handle it. If it can't handle ray tracing, I ain't using it. It'd be a shame, just like in Cyberpunk. The ray tracing in that game is really good, too, but I'm not dropping down to no 40 FPS, even with DLSS, and I'm not running DLSS on performance, so the bare minimum for that on both AMD and NVIDIA is the balance setting. Anything less than that, and it starts looking like absolute shit. To the point where you might as well just turn settings down, and why the heck are you even running that? That seems to be more for like esports, probably. If you don't really give a shit what the game looks like, all you care about is FPS. I feel like that's probably what those are for, more so than this. Hell, with this, as long as I had a solid 60, I'd be happy playing this game. And hell, on my Steam Deck, with a solid 30 or 40, I'm happy. I managed to finally get a solid 40 after tinkering a little bit last night, so that's cool. I wished it could get 60 all the time. That would be dope, but it can't unless it does a lot of resolution scaling to the point where, again, it looks like shit. So
I almost
there's
used
got to
them
be
for
a point where
evidence.
60 FPS isn't worth it if the a game like this is just more of like a
Come hell or
look
high water.
kind of game.
Job gets.
It's like, what's the point then?
Nope.
If
She
you make it
never
look like
admitted, but the
worse
chief
than
was warming
PlayStation
up
even
to
4 would have
Spider-Cop.
been.
His casual disregard for by-the-book
Aw,
thinking
shit,
was
I
a breath
guess.
of fresh air.
Spider-Cop
She'd come
has
around.
returned. I thought he was on
Someday.
leave. But I guess he's back. Anyway, let's move on.
Well, here we go with some medium settings. Or wait, I think I was pretty close. Oh wait, no, I got the thing up there, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay. I forgot what I done did. Let's go get this backpack too. Why the fuck not, right?
This piece of the Shocker's original.
Ha, Shocker's suit. That did look familiar. I only saw it for like a millisecond before he said it. Alright, I guess let's head over to some more towers, huh? I'm assuming those are pictures I'm supposed to take. I'm not 100 on that, but that's just what I'm assuming.
Second unit, break-in reported in progress. Officers, please report to Lincoln.
Wow, you all forgot your keys?
Ouch. Here we go. Oh, he still got me? Well, fuck you then. Fuck you. No more shooting. Take that. And there's just you left, my friend. And with that, let's move on.
Moving on to some high now. So why don't we just go through these so you guys can all see what it changed. Then we get to the back to the top, we'll go back into the game. That's what we've done every other time, so why would that change now? I don't know. I just don't know. Alright, back to the top. That means back to the game. Well, time for some high gameplay now. The game is definitely looking really nice now.
Unit, narcotics sale reported.
And even while we're recording, we're getting like 80, 90 FPS so far. I have a feeling once we start doing ray tracing, we're going to drop under 60. But with DLSS, hopefully we can stay above 60. Maybe not while recording, but when not recording, I'm hoping. But only time will tell, and we gotta wait until we get to the end of that. We still got quite a few settings before we get to there. Alright, where is it? Oh, nope, it's on the other side. I thought it was on the top of this for some reason. Oh well. Let's keep on going. I want the backpack.
Don't want to miss May's party.
Alright, so it's a little farther up. So what, is it inside of that crow's nest thing? Oh, that's no problem. We can just run up it. So what do we got this time? Ah, thesis paper.
Thesis paper on
All right.
neurotechnology.
And now
This
we can
got me
also
the job
move
with
on.
Dr.
Well, here we are on high, getting some camera gameplay now. So let's jump off here and swing around and look for more stuff. There's another backpack. Fuck it. Let's go for it. Alright. Where is it? Up below. Huh. Well, alright, we found that. What else can we do? Oh, I guess there's another thing I could turn on over on there, so I might as well start heading that way.
Need backup for a vehicle pursuit in progress. Officers, please converge on Longacre.
Oh, it's up over there. I thought it was on this one. Whoops. Alright, before I do this, let's move on.
The time for very high preset has come. So a quick gander through all of them, and then back to the game we shall go. There we go, back to the top, back to the game. Well, let us get some very high gameplay in now. First, let's just do this quick surveillance thing. Doesn't take me too long to do those anymore. I got the gist of it. It's pretty much the same as in the Batman game, which is totally okay with me. I kind of like that this game took a lot from that game, because I like Spider-Man and I like Batman. They're both badasses in their own way. Oh, there we go. There's something to go do. Let's go head towards it. See what's what.
Drug trade's gotten more aggressive post-Fisk. Gotta stump that out. Gotta be honest, not a fan of Big Pharma. Especially back alley Big Pharma.
Wow, I got shy and punched. Fuck you. Come here. No more shooting. Oh shit, that guy's got a gun too. But then this big guy's trying to get me. Let's just finish him off real quick. Oh, nope, I don't have enough, so we'll just have to beat him up the old-fashioned way. And there we go, we beat that, so I guess we can go ahead and move on.
Well, now time for some very high. Let's get some camera gameplay in now. Man, so far this computer's handling this pretty well. Woo, that wasn't good.
Oh, come on, fellas. You can't keep ducking income tax like this.
Woo. Oh, well, you're dead.
Knocking the ever-loving stuffing out of dealers is my anti-drug. Texted Yuri to pick these guys up. Oh, I wish there was a Spidey emoji I could put at the end.
Alright, I guess that was the closest thing. I guess let's go grab that real quick. Alright. So we've got to like jump onto that bitch. Fuck. Almost had it. I'm gonna get ye. Ah, almost. Get up there, you motherfucker. Oh well. Let's move on and then try to get that thing.
Well, now it's time for us to move on to maxed out. So, I've maxed out everything there is besides the ray tracing, which we will do after this. Level of details on very high. I believe shadow quality got pumped up to very high, and then we did 16 times anisotropic instead of 8. I don't know why that doesn't just max out. That does like literally nothing for your frame rate. But hey, it is what it is, so now let's get back to the game. Now we're gonna max the game out, so let's just get a little max gameplay in. So far, so good. I'm impressed. Though, I mean, this computer is extraordinarily expensive and has like a lot of the best parts that you could get at the time it was made. CPU and GPU are gonna be getting replaced pretty soon though. I'm just waiting until AMD and Intel release their next CPUs and GPUs. Well, NVIDIA's GPUs. I don't care about Intel's GPUs. And just see what all the best stuff is, and then I'll just upgrade to that, and then I'll plop everything that's in this computer into my secondary computer and just sell off all of that. Hey, another one of these. Cool. There we go. We got it. And we got Midtown coverage is now complete. Cool. So I guess I completed the 3 that I needed to get here. Are you serious? Is there like really a backpack like right up on this roof with me? So I hear it. Yeah, it is. It's right over there. I thought I saw that right on the roof, but I couldn't tell if it was below or not. So let's get that. All right, it's a high school t-shirt. Cool. And now we can move on.
Well, alright, we're maxed out now. So let's get a little camera gameplay in, I guess. I really had to resist singing I'm Free Falling just then. Oh, there's another thing. Alright, let's grab that. Where is it? Down? Well, how the fuck do I get in there? Alright, well then there must be some way in. Oh, nope, there we go. Can he do that? Sure he can. He's Spider-Man. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can. Here we go. What do we got here? Ah, snow globe. Alright, let's get out of here and not get splattered by a truck. Alright, let's stop right here. And let's move on.
Now we're going to turn ray tracing on. So let's look at all the settings. Besides that, though, it is just maxed out the way it was before. All I did was flip this toggle on and max out all these things. But anyway, we'll still just cruise through the settings. Since we've already come this far, we might as well just go through all of them to be thorough so everybody can see what's up. Field of view is also still maxed out, as if you guys saw that. And now, let's get back into the game. Now for a little ray tracing gameplay. And we're definitely, at least while recording, we're dropping under 60 now. And I have a feeling like after we're done, we'll still drop under 60 by a little bit too. But we'll have to wait and see. Well, I'm hoping that's not something a little DLSS quality can't fix. 'Cause that's probably the way I'll end up playing. Because it doesn't look like, I don't think DLSS, at least when I was playing on my 3080, it sure didn't seem like it had any weird effects around him. Like on FSR. FSR has some weird aliasing around Spider-Man if you look at him hard enough. It's not the biggest deal, but it's one of those things where once you notice it, you can't unnotice it. My stomach is rumbling. It's about time for dinner. But alright, let's move on.
Alright, guys. Now let's get some ray tracing gameplay in without the recording getting in the way. And it still looks like we're dropping under 60 just a little bit. 58, 55, 54, 52 seems to be about the lowest so far. Still not bad considering we've maxed out ray tracing at 4K. That little 390 over there is working hard. So I wonder if a little DLSS will put us over the edge and get us 60 all the time. It'd be nice if I could just use quality and be done with it. Because this is right at the limit of what I think is smooth. Once we drop down to like the 55 and whatnot, it starts looking just a little stuttery to me anyway. And even G-Sync can't help you there. But alright. Why don't we go ahead and move on to some DLSS now?
Now we're going to do some DLSS. So we're going to start off with DLSS on quality and just work our way down from there. No dynamic resolution scaling either. So let's hop over to the graphics tab and just take a quick look through all these. It's still maxed out. I feel like that's probably how most people would want to use DLSS if they're going to max the game out. And there we go. Now let's hop into the game. Let's start off with some DLSS quality gameplay here. Alright, so far so good on staying above 60, even while recording. I saw my phone light up, so I looked down for like a second. It might have dropped under for like 59 for a second, but I don't think so. Well, you guys would be paying closer attention to that than I am right now, so. If it did happen somewhere, people will surely let me know.
All units, we have a vehicle chase in progress. Report came in from Little Italy.
All right, let's get this thing done real quick. Wow, that's a real long one. There we go.
65 on the eastbound.
And with that, why don't we go ahead and move on?
Well, alright guys, let's get some DLSS quality gameplay in here without any recording of screen going on.
There's gotta be more surveillance towers around I can use to expand my range.
And I'm not gonna lie, this game crashed a couple of times. Once I turned the ray tracing on, I guess I had my card overclocked a little too far. So I had to tone it down a little bit. But it seems to be so far so good now. It was like, alright, you got the settings menu, you started recording, and it crashed. Like that quick. All I had time to do was do the settings. So I was like, okay, well that's not stable. So far so good though, we're staying above 60. So I guess all I needed was a little DLSS quality. But alright, let's move on.
Now for DLSS balanced, which still doesn't look too bad. At least when I was playing, until we hit Ultra Performance, DLSS didn't look completely awful. I could still, tell something was going on in the background, don't get me wrong. But I have to look really hard. But I always kind of laugh when I hear people say, it gives you better quality than an actual 4K. And it's like, so far, at least in my experience, I have never once experienced that.
There's gotta be more surveillance towers around I can use to expand my range.
But I can only speak for myself. Alright, where's that backpack? I see a backpack off in the distance. We should go for it. Collecting these is kind of fun, and I'm sure there's an achievement for getting them all. I'd be kind of disappointed if there wasn't, but I'd still be happy I collected them all. It's not like I do that stuff only for the achievement.
Trapped following a car crash.
I'm weird. I like collecting everything in games. I like beat the hell out of most Assassin's Creeds and like get all the weapons and like beat every mission. Anyway, let's move on.
Now for some DLSS balanced. Hopefully I don't fuck up and say FSR, because I do so much more Asus G15 Advantage videos and Steam Deck videos, and they're all about the FSR. But as you can see, when we're not recording, it's pretty damn smooth. And we're not really dropping way low anymore. This thing does have a beast of a CPU though, so I would have been pretty upset if my 16 core couldn't maintain 60 all the time no matter what. I figured I was going to have to use DLSS, just like in, whatchamacallit, Cyberpunk 2077. And in that game, I can't even use any ray tracing at all, so. Not unless I want, like, high 40s minimums, and no thanks. Because even G-Sync can't fix that. That looks atrocious. Alright, let's run up here. And let's move on.
Now let's do some DLSS performance. Alright, knocked him out so he can't alert nobody. I don't know how that guy up there didn't see me, but I guess they're just blind. Alright, let's get this other sniper guy now. Where was he? He was down there. Somewhere. Yep, there he is, and then we can get his other buddy. And there we go. Who else is there? I guess we could go for that guy with the boxes over there. Yeah, he looks pretty vulnerable. As long as that other guy doesn't see me. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Man, I'm glad I'm almost done doing these voiceovers. My stomach is just constantly rumbling. It is time for me to make some hot dogs for dinner. I'm gonna grill some up. It's gonna be delicious. Alright, let's move on.
Now for some DLSS performance gameplay. Hopefully it doesn't crash anymore. Another wave. Wave ho.
You guys are late. Don't worry. I got plenty of face kicks left.
Whoa, you guys got some, whoa. Get rid of that guy. No more rocket launcher. But alright, let's move on.
Alright, now we're on Ultra Performance, and as you can see now, you can definitely easily tell something's going on.
Really?
But honestly,
More
it still
guys?
looks better than
I don't have this
AMD's
many
Ultra
friends.
Performance. So there's that. And I can still play like this, which is hilarious. Oh, shit.
Spider-Man.
What was the button? I can't remember the button. There it is. I couldn't remember the button for a second. We're going under the motherfucker.
They're moving drugs, huh? Not for
Quiet,
long.
stomach. You will get substance soon. But we must finish our work. No
Oh,
shooting
great,
me with
more of them.
bazookas.
Guys, Fisk isn't
Oh, what the
here.
fuck?
You could have just bailed.
Whatever, at least he couldn't hit me with it. Didn't finish him off exactly the way I wanted. Man, climbing up there with a shield is really not a good idea. Oh shit. But shooting me across the way with a bazooka probably was. That's actually a great use of it. Let's take care of those now. Alright, let's just run away from these guys and move on.
Right. Now for some ultra performance. DLSS here. No, no more running away. You die now. Alright, where are the guys with the frickin' missile launcher? Whoop. Sheet. What was the trick for doing that again? Oopsie. Well, I guess we can do that. Ooh. Now we got guns too. What the fuck? I can't slide under this guy. There we go. Oh, but then his stupid electrocution friend fucked with me. Alright, you're done now. No more of you. Haha. And now, let's move on to seeing what DLSS is like without... Whoop! Without any ray tracing.
Now, just for fun, Figured we would do some DLSS quality, but we're going to turn ray tracing off. No, obviously none of this resolution scaling nonsense either, but besides that, the game is still maxed out. We just turned ray tracing off. So now we got quality DLSS with maxed out game, just no ray tracing, because I figured some people would be interested in that, because they're not going to play with ray tracing on, because it takes up too much FPS. So now, let's see how it does. All right. Now we've got the game on DLSS quality, but with no ray tracing. And the game is maxed out besides having no ray tracing on, and I completed the hideout by killing that guy. Kick ass. And it seems like we're getting way more FPS now.
Yuri, I got a bunch of incapacitated criminals and designer narcotics all wrapped up and waiting for you.
Great, I'll just consider this an anonymous tip.
Damn straight. Alright, well let's just swing around and see what kind of FPS we get while we swing.
I'll be a lot more effective if I can find more towers to activate.
Yeah, we still need more towers, that's for sure. Can't deny that. Damn, that tower is taller than I thought. Let's just jump off of it. Shit. That would have taken like a minute to run
All
up.
units, there's a vehicle pursuit in progress. Officers needed at Tribeca. Please copy.
Alright, let us move on.
Alright guys, we've turned ray tracing off and we got DLSS on quality and everything else is maxed out besides having ray tracing on. And no screen recording either now because we're doing camera, so this is what it would be like if you didn't care about ray tracing at all. But with a game like this, it seems like as long as you're on quality and you're not screen recording, you can stay above 60. So that's probably how I would play. DLSS quality, maxed out pretty much game. Well, as long as I can get done the freezing fix. I don't know what's causing that, but I played the whole thing, no problem, didn't freeze or didn't do anything weird until I started doing ray tracing. As soon as I turned that on, this computer started being like, no, I'm going to blue screen, I'm going to freeze, I'm going to do all sorts of weird ass shit. But I seem to have gotten it under control now. I don't know if it's 100% stable, but it's at least stable enough for me to get the rest of the footage I needed. Oh, as long as it doesn't just freeze on me right now just to spite me. Ha. Okay, that's where it was. I knew I was heading for something. Alright, it's up here. What do we got? Huh, classic web shooter. But alright. I think that's good enough, so why don't we go ahead and wrap this video on up? Well, alright guys, that is a wrap for Spider-Man Remastered. And this PC handled it really well until I turned ray tracing on. And then it didn't like get horrible FPS, but it started crashing on me. So I think my GPU needed to be downclocked a little. I didn't really touch my CPU at all. I went and gave it like a smidgen more volts because I noticed it was using the CPU quite a bit more than most things, but I figured it can't be that. I edit videos on this thing. If the CPU was unstable, while encoding a video, you'd be the first to know your CPU was unstable, trust me. Programs like DaVinci and stuff, I assume the other ones, do not like unstable CPUs. They hit your CPU really hard, so don't have a stable CPU, you hit encode, it might make it 30 minutes into the render, and then boom, blue screen. Or random restart, and oh, there goes all your rendering, now you have to start all over again. And hope it didn't corrupt the file or anything in the process, because then you have to remake your whole video from scratch. So, no fun. Anyway though, so I guess I gotta tinker with that a little, but once I figure that out, this is definitely gonna be the best place to play it. But we all probably knew that already. It's a fucking 5950X with a 3090. Of course it's gonna be a great way to play a game. But anyway, that's about all I got for you in this video. So, I hope you enjoyed it, and until the next one, peace out guys!